Alrighty guys, I'm going to show you how to use a picture or an image very quickly. So some of the stuff I've kind of done with this, so this is stuff just I got from a textbook. I scanned it and then I just kind of manipulated it in an Adobe Preview, whatever type of Adobe Acrobat, whatever you guys have. So you can kind of see I just did this here and I made it into matching. I made this into a matching question. So I previewed this. I have certain, I think I did this for a quiz. I just said what's number one referring to, all these things. It's a quick check of what's going on. So let me show you, and my proudest one I've done is I turned a worksheet that I got from a textbook into a Moodle quiz, and this is what I did for my genetic technology, and I've taken all of these and I've blacked out the pertinent information. This says cloning, that's the answer. So I basically blacked it out on preview on a Mac, and that way I could to make this into a question. So I basically take anything that can be multiple choice or maybe a little bit more difficult, and I basically do that. So like this shows you all these different questions just using pictures, okay? And I like this, manipulating this pretty well. It's pretty easy. So let me show you if I can see if I can do it real quick. As I go to here, I have create a new question. I'm gonna say I'm gonna create a multiple choice question. You can do whatever you want, but there's a whole slew of things. Let's do matching. Yeah, let's do matching. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make it a mitosis question, I believe. Mitosis cell cycle question. So it's under cell reproduction, so it's under the right category for me. So all I'm going to do is I'm looked on the internet, and I like this one here. These all in order. Okay, they're not in order. It does not look like it. So I'm just looking at these images here and trying to figure out which ones are in order, which ones are not in order. So I want a good one that is not going to be exactly the correct. I'm just going to steal the image, and it's kind of nice. So I'm going to go ahead and take, just for our purpose, I'm just going to take this one right here. There's a couple ways you could do this, and this is having the names of my guests there. But you can just right-click on it and then copy image URL, okay, and then you just go back into here and then you hit this, okay, insert edit image, and then you just do the image URL, okay, and then you just hit insert. Hopefully this works. Hopefully it'll let me. Yep. So boom, there's the question right there, and then I can add stuff to it and all that good stuff. So that's a very quick way to take figures, graphics from the internet and make them your own into your own question. The other things I've done is I have taken, let's go to, bear with me for a second, let's go to pictures, let's go to Moodle pictures, and then I have all these things I've kind of messed with. So I've just taken a worksheet and just cut it into sections, and then I basically use that. That's when I was doing which one's a carrier, which of the following is your carrier. And I put this into a pedigree practice, made some of these. So you can do this, and then I just imported these. The thing you need to make sure of is that they are portable PNG, portable network graphics image. And that is an option when you export something to export it as that. So let's say I have this thing right here. I want to put this on the internet for some, I want to insert it as a picture for some reason. I want to insert it as a picture. Okay, I just would go to here. I'd go to for me it'd be export, save as, basically, depending on what you're using. And I would go to PNG, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want to do that. Okay, so that's kind of how you do that, and that's a pretty powerful tool also. All right, thank you guys.